Hi there, this is John West Weymouth, the Dorset storyteller and singer-songwriter, and I've been playing my songs and telling my musical stories for over 50 years. My music has been played on numerous radio stations throughout the UK, Canada and the United States, and I recently appeared on BBC's South Today television programme. I played live all over the United Kingdom, at festivals, in pubs, folk clubs and in larger theatres, such as the environmental concert I gave at the Wardrobe Theatre in Bristol in December 2019. That performance that night was deliberately intimate, live and unplugged to draw out the maximum emotional benefit. And it was captured by a member of the audience on an old iPhone, so my apologies for the less than perfect quality of the recording.
I can recall those distant years when summer would bring butterflies floating in on the breeze. Sorry feel, and your bottles were all real and not the plastic stuff clogging up the sea. All gotta try, or the ocean's gonna die. Oh, so peaceful back there. Crystal clear waters and pure, pure air. That's what you have. We've thrown it all away. Thrown away. All been thrown. Children will cry as the ocean dies. What have you thrown away?
That song was the finale of the concert and was a reflection on our throwaway consumer society, the pollution and environmental damage we're leaving to future generations. And your children will cry as the oceans die. What have you thrown away? I'm going to tell you today about a great story that links the United Kingdom and the United States of America. During lockdown, I've spent the time working on a full-scale theatre production that I'm calling From Old England to New England. Weymouth in Dorset has a long and rich history. There are heritage sites here since before Roman times. Weymouth Harbour has been active since the 10th century, and the town of Weymouth received a royal charter from King Henry III in 1252. Last year, with photographer Martin Harvey, we released a video about the history and charms of Weymouth, to the soundtrack of my song It's Such a Magical Place. This song is rapidly becoming the town's unofficial anthem, with great endorsements from our local Chamber of Commerce and even the town's own Member of Parliament. Here's a short extract.
It was the race that did for the Spanish fleet, down to the Moonfleet Church where the smugglers meet. Wave to the Mulberry Boys as they sail away, back to the Sunshine Beach where the children play. And yo, any time of the year when you're feeling low and down in the mouth, take a trip down south. We're more than a seaside town. Yo, we got history here. Cannonballs in the walls and bobbing yachts and lots of pots on the lobster fishermen boats. And yo, it's such a magical place. When music hits the key, puts a smile on your face.
That song contains the lines "Wave to the Mulberry Boys as they sail away," which is a reference to the tens of thousands of American GIs who sailed out from Weymouth Harbour in June 1944, bound for the Normandy D-Day landings in France. There are so many links that bind Weymouth, England to the USA. 2022 is the 400th anniversary of the founding of the town of Weymouth in Massachusetts, and that town got its name from the 100 or so brave pioneers who sailed off from Weymouth Harbour in the early 1600s in a ship very similar to the replica of the Mayflower you can see here. I've traced the characters who will play a key part in my story by going through the historical records, starting with the ship's manifest, then following the ancestry of those migrants and picking out the main figures to tell their tales, to show how they survived in New England or returned back home to Old England. As Professor Moore describes in her book, the call of home was very strong. Some prospered greatly, some sadly failed or perished, either due to the severe winter conditions or skirmishes with the Native American Indians on whose land they had settled and claimed as their own. Throughout my production, From Old England to New England, I've used real human stories from my research to bring to life the journey made by those historical figures in images, narrative and original music to create this unique concert event. The premiere of the concert is booked in at the Pavilion Theatre in Weymouth in June 2022, and we'll be touring the show around venues in the south of England during the summer before Julie and I will travel over to the United States in early September to present the concert to the good folks of Weymouth, Massachusetts, as part of their 400th year anniversary celebrations. I'd now like to introduce you to my partner Julie. Julie has been very much involved in this project right from the start and will be joining me on stage for the concerts themselves.
It's been an ambitious project, but we've had a lot of help and support in putting this show together, and it's been great.
Yeah, it certainly has. We partner with two charities who will benefit from the proceeds of the concert. Firstly, the Tudor House Museum here in Weymouth, local historian Laura Hardy from the Civic Society, who is a trustee at the museum, has given us valuable advice on sourcing historical documents and is helping with the period authenticity of the concert itself. And the museum has kindly offered to provide us with volunteers dressed in period costumes to meet and greet audiences and set the mood for the show.
And the second charity is a sailing one.
Yes, the second charity is the South Coast-based Jubilee Sailing Trust, who operate a large wooden tall-masted sailing ship very similar to the ship on which those early pioneers sailed. They're supplying us with some purpose-made video footage, specially shot for the concert, on the conditions of life at sea, so the audience can get a real sense of what that voyage must have been like. The crashing of the waves, the creaking of the wooden deck, the flapping of the sails and the ropes, and above all, of course, the total absence of any noise made by motors or mechanical vibrations that we get on modern ships today.
And audiences can also get a commemorative pack, which they can take away with them.
Yes, as part of the celebration of this special event, we will be producing a large format publication containing the historical research, the storyline of the concert and its main characters, and how our two towns are bound together by their history. And of course there will be links to download the original music that forms part of the concert itself.
Well, I think that's a good cue for you to play us out with some of your songs, John.
I think that's a very good idea.
Trusting in the way times are really hard today. I vowed to leave old England's land, so to heaven I lift my eyes and I pray. I heard a man once say, fortune favours the brave. That's why I'm trusting in the way, trusting in the way. We were finding our sea legs as the decks come up and down, learning the ropes for when our next watch comes round, counting off the days and trusting in the ways. Yes, we were finding our sea legs as the decks come up and down, learning the ropes for when our next watch comes round, counting off the days, trusting in the waves, trusting in the waves, trusting in the waves. As the waves crash over Chesil, it seems the salty, misty spray is like the whispered kiss of souls from yesterday. We have our place on history's timeline, but there are those who get away and sail on. There's a ghostly Spanish galleon sinking far out in the bay. If you listen hard, you can hear her sailors pray. But out of the blue on a moonless night, I've heard some folks say their spirits walk past the Crab House Cafe. "3,000 miles from home, we left Weymouth Bay under full sail and guided by the stars, following the sea lanes laid down by the ones who laid the trail. They left Plymouth Sound, driven by faith and trusting in the waves, founding a new land, fathering a nation free and brave. Keep your eyes on the prize, but it's so hard when the winter comes, failing crops and Indian drums, and oh, 3,000 miles from home. I miss my home, miss my home. I miss my home, I miss my home.
Thank you for watching this video. You can find out more about this fascinating project on my website, johnwestweymouth.com. You'll also find a link to my blog posts outlining the research I've done for the concert and the running order and everything you'll need to know.